Senator Scott.
Sure.
Okay. Take the microphone.
Thank you, Senator Romney. Thank both of you for hosting this, and thank you for caring about how our federal government spends money. So, Mr. Dodaro, thank you for what you do. You've got a great team, and I've been up here 5 years, and your reports are really helpful. So you guys do a great job, and thanks for being responsive. I think everybody up here could say that about you, so thanks a lot. Back in 2020, I requested GAO do a study on OPM regarding the Federal Employee Health Benefit Program. It was revealed that OPM mismanagement of the FEHB program allowed ineligible individuals to obtain employer-sponsored health insurance at the hefty price tag of approximately $1 billion in taxpayer dollars every year. $1 billion, I mean, that's a hell of a lot of money. I appreciate the GAO report on this, which found that OPM has never reviewed their enrollees, failed to include the impact of ineligible members in OPM's annual risk assessment, and that OPM should identify and remove ineligible family members from the program. This is not something unique to the federal government. When I was governor of Florida, we did the same thing. We did review, and we saved millions upon millions of dollars. When I was in the private sector, we did it, I think, every year because, you know, if you run a big company, there's a lot of money to be saved because people take advantage of these programs. So 25 states have done similar audits, including California, Texas, and New York. For these reasons, I recently introduced the FEHB Protection Act with Senator Carper, and fortunately it passed the Homeland Security Committee today. So we believe this common sense bill will both save federal taxpayer dollars and preserve the FEHB for eligible beneficiaries, which is what it's supposed to do. So my first question is, what is the scope of improper payments that GAO believes is happening in FEHB?
Yeah, well, we haven't made our own estimate. The estimates by OPM and the OPMIG, importantly, range from $1 billion to $3 billion. So it's a lot of money. You know, we just did our first ever estimate of fraud across federal government federal spending programs between 2018 and 2022. And we estimate fraud losses of $233 billion to $521 billion annually during that period of time based upon the risk assessments. Obviously, the risk was higher during the COVID spending era as well. So fraud's a big problem. It's a problem here, and it could be easily addressed.
In addition to reforms going forward, how important is it to do a retrospective audit of the FEHB program?
It's absolutely essential if you want to ensure. I mean, the bulk of the enrollees are people who have been in the program for a number of years. And if you don't audit them, you're really missing a big opportunity to achieve potential savings.
Before you wrote the report, how focused was OPM on stopping ineligible individuals from getting on FEHB?
There was decades of inactivity in this area, so it wasn't focused on it very much at all.
In your subsequent discussions with OPM, how serious does OPM appear to be taking steps to reduce improper payments?
Yeah, they're saying the right things, and I think they're taking some tentative steps in the right direction. The acting director of OPM asked to see me. He came over and explained what they're doing. So they're saying the right things, but they're still not planning this retroactive audit full-time because the records are all in the individual agencies. They don't have a central repository, which, you know, a lot of companies would have that, where you could easily audit that. But you could do some sampling and some other things. So there's efforts. They need to be a little bit bolder in their actions if they're really going to save the potential amount of money in this area. We'll continue to have discussions with them.
But you could do it agency by agency. Just start.
You could do it, but they don't have a lot of authority to mandate it, you know, type of thing. That's part of the problem here. Yeah. You know, when you have these kind of activities where they're running the program, but they're relying on the cooperation of the agencies, and they don't have really that much authority to mandate that they do that. And they could use support from OMB if they wanted to go in that direction. And even sometimes OMB's hesitant to mandate these things, unfortunately.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Chair. Next again, Senator